The movie starts on a remote island overlooking the Black Sea, and a girl from the island, named Yuri, tells us that around the island live wild animals like bears and wolves, not to mention a strange kind of ape that lives in the forest near the island. These apes are a huge danger to humans. We see Yuri entering the library and flipping through a book that tells a legend about these apes. Yuri wants to learn more about them because Maxim, her father, blames the apes for her mom, Dasha, running away from home. That's when Yuri finds out that humans have seen the apes as enemies for a long time, and that they're the reason behind the death of the animals people raise. At night, we see Maxim taking Yuri and a group of island kids in his truck. It's obvious they're all armed because they're heading into the forest to get rid of the apes. As soon as they arrive, Maxim tells the kids to hide among the trees and explains they'll move quietly until they find the apes and finish them off. The kids follow Maxim's orders and sneak into the forest super cautiously. Still, the ape leader senses them and lets out a loud scream to warn the others and help them escape because the humans are getting close. And yeah, the apes bolt before Maxim and the kids can attack them. Suddenly, all the apes vanish without a trace. But one of them jumps out and attacks one of the kids, knocking him to the ground. That's when Maxim tells the kids to set the trees around them on fire to scare the apes away with the flames. That way, they'll be able to shoot them. Total chaos breaks out among the apes hiding in the treetops. A wild chase starts between the kids and the apes in the forest. While Yuri is running after the apes, she trips and falls. That's when she sees the ape leader looking at her son, who's scared and hiding way up in a tall tree. The mom's about to go rescue her son, but one of the boys, named Petro, shoots her in the leg. The mom has no choice but to leave her son behind and escape with the rest of the apes. At the same time, the kids spot the little ape running through the forest and chase after him, hoping to take him down. But they fail because he climbs up the trees fast and keeps jumping from one tree to another until he gets away. The next day, Maxim gathers the kids and talks to them about what happened the night before. Turns out, the kids are disappointed because they couldn't kill the apes. But Maxim thanks them for the effort they put in and tells them to keep practicing their shooting so next time they can take down the apes for real. He reminds them that their families asked him to train them and turn them into strong warriors, especially since the apes have wiped out a bunch of the sheep their families raise. Maxim goes on, saying he hates the apes because they were the reason his wife left him and their daughter years ago. So he never got to have a son to support him in life. But God gave him another son, Petro, who he raised since he was a kid after Petro's parents died. That's when we see Yuri clearly doesn't like what her dad's saying about her mom. During lunch, Yuri asks her dad if she can go look for her mom, but Maxim refuses and tells her that her mom doesn't deserve to be searched for. He reminds her that she abandoned them and ran away. But Yuri is totally set on her opinion because she just can't believe her mom would leave her that easily. Maxim yells at her and tells her not to talk about that topic again. He sent her to the forest to check the traps they set there, hoping maybe she'll find a monkey caught in one. Yuri gets upset and walks away angry. When Yuri gets to the forest, she finds the little monkey hiding under a big tree. She realizes he's stuck in one of the traps in the forest. She tries to get closer to help him, but the monkey gets scared and keeps screaming, trying to get her to back off. Yuri grabs a tree branch and slowly moves closer until she's able to free him from the trap stuck to his leg. The monkey runs off quickly, but he can't get far and falls down because his leg is injured. Yuri approaches him and tells him she won't hurt him. It looks like the monkey gets what she's saying, because next we see Yuri coming back home with the monkey. She sees her dad sleeping, sneaks quietly into her room, pulls the monkey out of her bag, and tries to treat his leg. But the monkey is scared and doesn't want her to come near him. So Yuri gets clever. She puts on a toy set of fake teeth with fangs and screams at the monkey to scare him into listening. Her plan works, and the monkey lets her treat him. Yuri decides to name the monkey Oki. Then, Oki sees the caterpillar that Yuri is raising and tries to eat it, but Yuri stops him and explains that the caterpillar isn't for eating. She manages to convince Oki to put it back. Outside the house, the kids start practicing shooting. As soon as Oki hears the gunshots, he screams and gets scared. Petro is surprised when he hears Oki's voice inside the house, so he grabs his rifle and heads in a check. Petro is shocked to find Yuri packed her bag and is getting ready to take Oki and leave the house. He's confused. He's supposed to kill Oki, but since Oki is with Yuri, he can't bring himself to do it. Yuri tells him she's going to the forest to return Oki to his mom. Petro warns her that what she's doing is dangerous, but Yuri refuses to listen and just walks away. The next day, Maxim walks into Yuri's room and is shocked to find her gone. She left him a note saying she can't handle living with him anymore and asks him to forget her and not look for her. Maxim gets really upset and heartbroken over her leaving. Then, he spots a hair from Oki on the ground. He goes to the kids and tells them the monkeys kidnapped Yuri, and he wants them to get ready to go find and save her. Petro is confused by what Maxim says, since the monkeys aren't even capable of kidnapping humans, but he stays quiet and doesn't say anything. At that moment, the monkey queen screams out loud, and one of the island women who herds sheep by the mountain hears her. The sadness shows on the woman's face, and it turns out she understands the monkey language. She knows the queen is screaming because she's looking for her lost son. Then we go to Yuri, who enters the market to buy enough food and drink for her trip to the forest. While she's grabbing stuff, Oki sneaks out of the bag and grabs an egg to eat. But one of the women there sees him and screams super loud out of fear. That's when the cashier pulls out a rifle and goes searching for Oki to shoot him. Meanwhile, Yuri is hiding with Oki inside a fridge, covering his mouth to keep him from screaming so nobody finds them. But Oki is super scared and bites her hand. Even though it hurts a lot, Yuri stays strong, grabs Oki, and runs fast. She escapes the market before anyone can hurt him. She rushes to a car parked outside the market, hops in, drives as fast as she can, and gets away. Oki looks at Yuri's hand and sees it's swollen. He looks at her with guilt, and Yuri tells him she's not mad at him and knows he only bit her because he was scared, not mean. But then, the car breaks down and crashes into a power pole in the road. At the same time, Maxim is driving with the boys looking for Yuri, and he gets shocked when he sees the police checking out the crash car. The officer finds Yuri's fake teeth set inside, and Maxim realizes Yuri was in that car. Meanwhile, in the forest, Oki drinks from a water puddle while Yuri puts her hand in the water, hoping the larvae inside will help heal her wound. But after a few moments, her hand gets even more swollen. Oki catches a bug and offers it to Yuri to eat, and Yuri is surprised when she realizes she understands what he's saying. She remembers the bite and figures that's what caused it. She tries to talk to Oki to test it and is shocked to hear herself speaking exactly like him. Yuri gets super happy that she can talk to Oki now. She runs and jumps around with joy until she suddenly falls into a trap that the island people set to catch monkeys. Oki gets sad when he sees Yuri unconscious inside the trap. Somewhere else, Maxim and the boys are tracking Yuri's footprints and following them. Back to Yuri, she's still passed out in the trap, and that's when the woman shows up, carries her on her shoulder, and takes her to the hut she lives in. There, Yuri wakes up and is shocked to see the woman. Turns out this woman is Dasha, Yuri's mom. What's weird is that Yuri doesn't even care that she finally found the mom she was looking for. Instead, she asks about Oki, but Dasha doesn't answer because she's focused on treating the wound on Yuri's hand. We see that Dasha caught a bat, and she tells Yuri that bat blood is the right cure for monkey bites. Yuri says the bite made her able to understand and speak to Oki, but Dasha tells her that's not true. She actually taught her monkey language when she was a little kid. Then, Dasha pulls out a flute and plays music, and the tune sounds just like Oki's language. Yuri asks her why she left and ran away. Dasha says it was Yuri's dad who kicked her out and wouldn't let her see her again. Then suddenly, she injects Yuri with the bat blood to heal her wound. The next day, Yuri wakes up to the sound of flute music. She goes down to the basement and sees her mom playing a certain tune. Yuri tells her she's heard that melody before. Dasha explains that she created the tune after listening to the monkey sounds for a long time. That's when Yuri realizes her mom knows a ton about the monkeys on the island. Dasha says the monkeys communicate through emotions, like sadness, happiness, fear, and anxiety, depending on the situations they go through. Yuri notices a map hanging on the wall with red marks showing where the monkey tribe lives deep in the forest. She tells her mom she's going out to find Oki and take him back to his mom. But Dasha warns her that it's dangerous for both of them. Once Oki's mom smells him and finds out he's been with humans, she'll kill him. Even though Dasha warns her, Yuri insists and tells her that Oki is her friend and she's not going to leave him no matter what. She's so determined that she gets mad at her mom, storms off, and leaves. A little later, Maxim arrives at Dasha's cabin with his car. As soon as he walks in, he gets happy when he sees Dasha and tells her he really missed her all this time. But Dasha doesn't believe him. She reminds him how he abandoned her after she got bitten by the monkeys back then. She says she could have treated herself, but he insisted on cutting off her infected arm and left her with an old prosthetic for life. Not to mention, he kicked her out and kept her away from her daughter. Then Maxim tells her that Yuri disappeared and he's been looking for her. Dasha says she found her in the forest and treated her, but Yuri chose to leave. Maxim gets mad at Dasha and starts yelling at her, and they get into a huge fight. Once they go outside, the boys point their weapons at Dasha to make her back off from Maxim. At that moment, Drew tells Maxim he found a map in the basement. Maxim gets excited when he sees it, because now they finally know where the monkeys are and can go wipe them out. But Dasha ruins their joy by warning them that the monkeys will kill all of them. Meanwhile, Yuri is in the forest calling out for Oki. After a few moments, she hears him respond, and she gets super happy. She follows the voice until she reaches the tree where Oki is hiding. Yuri climbs the tree, reaches Oki, grabs him, and leaves. That night, Yuri and Oki sit together in the forest. Yuri cooks an egg over the fire so they can eat it together. The next day, she gathers branches and makes a primitive raft. Then she heads toward the cave where the monkey tribe lives. But she gets shocked when she sees her dad and the boys spotting her. She panics and tries to run away fast, but crashes into a big rock, and both she and Oki fall into the river. Yuri swims with all her strength and gets back to Oki. She stands with him on top of a tall rock. Maxim tries to calm her down and tells her he's not planning to hurt her. He asks her to wait for him so he can come save her. But Yuri refuses to listen to him. She takes Oki and enters the monkey's cave. Maxim takes off his clothes and decides to follow Yuri to help her. He tells the boys to wait for him until he comes back. Maxim enters the cave and starts searching for Yuri. On the way, he falls and gets his legs stuck between the trees inside the cave. He calls out for Yuri to come help him. When she hears him, Yuri goes to help. Oki walks up to Maxim and shows sympathy because he's hurt. That's when Maxim realizes he had the wrong idea about the monkeys. He puts his hand on Oki and gently pats him. Then Yuri manages to free Maxim's leg and leaves him behind as she continues her journey. At that moment, Yuri is surprised when she reaches the monkey tribe. The place is vast and full of beautiful trees and plants. Maxim follows her inside, equally amazed by what he sees. Then the monkey leader appears, upset that Yuri is holding her son. Calmly, Yuri steps into the river and walks toward the mother to give her Oki. Suddenly, the boys, who had disobeyed Maxim's orders and followed him, show up. One of them points a rifle at the monkey leader and fires a shot. Luckily, he misses. Petro steps in to stop the boy from shooting again. But by then, the whole monkey tribe panics and starts screaming loudly. At that moment, Dasha appears, playing her flute. As soon as the monkeys hear the music, they calm down. Yuri is surprised again when she sees her dad lift her up and bring her closer to the monkey leader. Then Oki goes to his mom, and she hugs him tightly in an emotional moment that brings tears to Yuri, her mom, and her dad. Dasha runs over to Yuri and hugs her, breaking down in tears, showing she regrets every second she left Yuri alone. Then the monkey leader starts singing along with her son Oki. They're happy that Yuri is back with her mom, and because now the monkeys can live safely among humans. And that's how the movie ends. If you're vibing with the video, make sure to slam that like and spill your opinions and comments. I'm hyped to read them. And yo, gotta subscribe so you catch all the straight fire recaps coming soon.